But you don't. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my kitchen. Who do we have online? Who do we have online today? Hello, who has joined me or who will be joining me here today? What we're going to do is just very simple stuff, but I thought of doing it offline, but I said since I have time, I can as well just do it online. Do the marinating online and of course finish it up on offline. But what I'm doing now is just to marinate catfish. The best way you can marinate catfish and enjoy it uh, when you grill it. So you see how I'm going to combine all these spices here. Just watch me and see how I'm going to combine these spices. How do you guys clean your catfish? Normally I use knife to take out this slimy stuff before I use my salt and of course my lemon to clean. Who do we have there? Who has joined us today? Hello, if you have joined us from Facebook, thanks for joining us. If you're joining from YouTube, I appreciate you. So what we are doing today is just to marinate catfish. It's not going to take time. Just less than 30 minutes we are done. But I want to show you guys exactly what I want to do with all this. You see why I brought this one here is this carrot. Both the carrot and the plantain is going to be grilled also. It's not just the catfish itself. This is going to be grilled. This is going to be grilled. Particularly this, I want to show you what this one will look like when it's grilled. So I'm going to push it aside now and then focus on my catfish. It's a very, very simple thing. It's not going to take time at all. Just less than 30 minutes we are done. So what I'm going to do with this, there are two good reasons to use this. Shisom, Ella, everyone that joined me, thanks so much for joining me. There are two reasons for I'm going to use. I got this lemon or lime. One is to clean this. One is to clean the catfish. After cleaning the catfish, of course, another one is to, by the time I have my spices together, I have to press some amounts of the lime to put inside to give it some sour taste. Because if I leave only the pepper and my homemade spices here, it's gonna be too sweet. But so remember, if you want to clean your catfish very well, particularly if you don't like this slimy stuff, yeah, do well and get yourself lemon, lime preferably, not even lemon, lime preferably. That way you take away not just the smell, but also not just the smell, but also this, those slimy thing that you notice when you are washing it. So you notice this detail has fallen off. That was because I didn't want to do this online even today, but when I remember to do it, it was still blocked, so I had to use the microwave to defrost it a bit. So I think we are done with cleaning, making sure those slimy thing is not there. Everyone that joined us, thanks so much for joining me today, whether you're from Facebook or YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me. So this is good. While I move this one aside now, and then of course, because I'm gonna Because I'm gonna just spice it up on this directly, I just want to put this thing here first. I'll leave this first, get the catfish inside, but this is not all. What is next now, which is what will take some few minutes, is I'm just gonna cut this pepper into small chunks and blend it. You see, I have big chopper here and I have blender, but I chose to use this one. Why I'm using this chopper is because it's gonna make this pepper very coarse. You know what I mean by coarse? You don't want to blend it very completely puree. Like I can use this small blender, I can use this chopper, I can use the other chopper, and I can use my blender, but I chose to use this one because this one will serve me better than the other one. So of course, if you want to use this kind of chopper to chop, you just have to cut your pepper, help it a bit by cutting your pepper a little before you start chopping. By the time you cut your pepper a little, it's gonna be a little bit easier for this small chopper to do the work. So you see what is gonna happen now because I helped it. Oh, I need to get my onion too. So just gonna close it up, chop it a little bit. Yeah, so this is the only reason I use this to do so for this, because I know I don't want to chop the pepper so much. So you can see how it came out. It's not very puree. It's not very puree. This is how it came out. So I'm just gonna turn it, and I don't want water in it. So that's nothing entirely. So this is not enough. I might just need only 2, and we will just marinate. I just wanted to watch and see how I combine the marinating. You just have to watch and see how I combine everything. I'm pretty sure you will like it. The essence of adding this red bell pepper is for color and of course sweetness. Red bell pepper is very tasty if you know how to combine it well, whether you're grilling or you're using it to just cook normally. So because I know I want to grill and I want this catfish to be very, very tasty, I know it's important for me to combine the spices very well. Both fresh, particularly fresh spices. I don't want to use dry spices. That was why I got this fresh thyme. Like this fresh thyme, I don't want to use dry one. So everything I'm using here is just really fresh, not dry. You can actually use dry ones if you want to, but for the purpose of this, my fish, because I'm not a fan of catfish in the first place, so if I want to do it, I have to do it. How are you, Amaka? We're doing fine. Amaka, blessed. Thank you so much. I'm doing great. Kids are doing fine. And how are you yourself? I hope you're doing good too. Everyone that joined me, thanks so much for joining me. We are just gonna do one more time, and then we are done with this one. You know why I'm cutting this? It's just to help this small chopper. If I'm using the big chopper, I don't need to do what I'm doing right now. But this is a very small chopper and therefore it needs some help to do the work. You know, I'm a village man, like I always say. So I can do some things like a village boy. Like, you see how I'm using my hand to cut the red bell pepper? That's what we do in the village. You don't have to keep looking for knives. See, it takes more time. When I'm using the small chopper to do this, it takes more time. But if I'm using the big one, I would have finished what I'm doing right long ago. But the texture I want, I will not achieve it. So because I wanted to achieve a specific texture, I beg you. It's been a long time, Daniel. Wow, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank God you're back. So because I want to achieve a particular texture, I have to use the small chopper that will give me that texture of the pepper, but not the big one. So we are done with this one now. So guys, for those that might be thinking, are we going to be washing you blending pepper and that's it? Don't worry, you're not going to wash me again blend pepper. I'm done. And maybe if I want to blend my onion, I will use this one. So it's going to be very quick. So, but in any case, we are done with this one. I just use about 3 or 4 sizable bell pepper, and we are done. So don't worry. If you want to do this, you have to do what I'm doing too. So don't say, why are we watching him blend? So we are done with the pepper right now. So don't mind me that I have to blend this thing in front of you guys, but it's necessary I do that. We are done with the pepper, and yeah, this is it. So the next thing that we're gonna do now is the onion. For the onion, I didn't bring my onion out earlier. We're gonna be using one big one like this. We're gonna be using one big onion like this, and just chop it here. You see, one of the reasons I do this thing this way is for you guys to see. I mean, if you're in the kitchen, there are some times you don't bring out everything at the same time. You have to keep moving around and round and round and round to get the things you need for what you need it for. So while I was getting my stuff here ready, I didn't get my onion. Now I got my onion. So yeah, pleasure is mine too, Daniel. Thanks for joining us today. Again, this is just for less than 30 minutes. We should be done. I just want you guys, what is important for me if you're watching right now is see what I'm combining here to achieve the best delicious grilled catfish. It's because you're not going to watch me grill it anyway, but I want you to just see exactly how I combine these things here. What is here, what is here, the pepper, this one too. I just want you to see everything so you understand, oh, this is how I combine this thing, then I can do it. That is the only reason I'm online. Not definitely you're not gonna watch me grill. That's for sure. But see how I got to that point of getting ready to grill my catfish and of course the rest of it. So we are almost done. This is, can you see what the onion look like right now? It's well chopped and ready to go. I'm now gonna we have our red bell pepper as you can see, and now our onion will go inside. Remember, watch what I'm adding here. You need to see everything I'm adding so you can just imagine how tasty this catfish is gonna be. Just keep watching. If the only thing you can get from here is what I'm combining, that's enough for me. But just watch it. I'm just adding this to this orange habanero seems to have some kind of flavor and at the same time spicy. That is why I'm adding this one. Otherwise, this cayenne pepper or Thai pepper, whatever you call it, I love pepper a lot. I grew up eating lots of pepper, so I'm gonna probably will have to use everything, or maybe not everything. So this is this one does this red bell pepper is not hot at all. Remember, but this one here is hot. So this is the one we use to come. Uh-oh. Let's hope it's gonna work. Oh, it's not working. Oh my god, I didn't even put. Can you imagine, guys? I didn't even put my blade before I started blending. That is funny. Now I have my blade inside. I have my pepper, my cayenne pepper. I have my habanero, orange. Is this orange or yellow? I think it's orange. So this is good. Now we'll blend this one. So no more noise. I'm not going to make noise again. I'm done blending. No more noise. So this is it now. Oh my god. I know, I know it's going to be peppery. It's really hot. Wash. Look at how coarse this pepper is. That is the idea for me. It's not supposed to be blended completely. Look at how coarse it is. It's very important is you have it like this. So I have everything inside right now. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this one aside. Put this one aside for the meantime because we don't need it again. Let's leave it here. And one other thing we need is this. I've got small ginger. One of the reasons I want to add ginger to this is most of the things I cook that will need ginger, need some spice. I do add ginger for a reason. It helps ginger. One thing ginger does, apart from the fact it's healthy, it helps to lift the flavor when you're cooking. It has its unique flavor. I have the powder ginger powder, which I can use, but because I want to keep everything here fresh, I'm not going to use ginger powder. Otherwise, ginger powder can still do the work. But for this ginger, of course, I'm not going to be using I won't be using my chopper. I'm going to be using this small mini blender to do it. So I've peeled the ginger. I'm going to be using my small blender to do this one. So this one will not take us time. I'm just going to cut them into small bits like this. And remember, you don't have to use ginger, but if you've got ginger, trust me, you'll want to just add it to this. You will like it. Ginger can help add some really good flavor, spiciness to it. So now the question is, how am I going to blend it? Do I need some water to blend this? Or no, I don't need water. I will just take small red pepper from here and do it. If I then need some water, I can add some water more. But let's start with the red pepper here first and see if it can work. If it doesn't work, then we'll put some water. So it needs some water now. So I'm going to add some water just to give it time to. I just added some water, and now I'm going to just blend. Oh, now this is really, the blender can is not well charged. I'm just going to clean up first, and then blend it properly. I'm going to clean up this place. Sometimes I'm not always doing this, so you know. I'm not always doing this. Sometimes I just cook without cleaning. But right now, that blender doesn't work, so we get the chief of staff of all the blenders. We use the chief of staff of all the blenders to blend the ginger. The shopper this one cannot blend the ginger. You guys should know that. This is shopper, I cannot blend ginger, so I have to use this one. So I will just turn everything inside here. For the sake of the ginger, that's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, we don't really need to go this far. But once I'm done blending this, we are done cooking actually. We are done marinating. It doesn't take much time to marinate. But the time, I'm keeping the time. Somehow I'm not keeping the time, but let's see. So now we are done with, once I'm done with this one, we are done with everything blending. Now where is the, so because I want to blend this one, I just have to use this quickly. So the ginger is really very spicy. So we are done with this one. Everything about blending is done. So watch how I mix it right now. So, oh my God, this ginger has a lot of spice. So right now what I have here so far, excuse me, so far is red bell pepper, white onion, cayenne pepper or Thai pepper, that is that hot long pepper. And now what I'm adding here from here now is the ginger. Otherwise, everything is here. Oduchi, Oduchi, thank you. Get one. So, Okoyemi, monkey, Baoni. So, we are done with this one now. So, because I'm like, I'm a typical Nigerian, trust me, I don't want to miss everything. This would have been enough. Once I add my spice, once I add my Maggi or whatever seasoning you're using, it would have been enough. But because I'm a typical Nigerian village guy, Abdullah Promise wants to join me on live stream. That's okay, but give me some seconds. So now I'm adding my seasoning, but when I add my seasoning, still it's not enough. It's not enough. Just have to keep watching how things go in. If you have other things I have here, you can as well add them. If you don't have it, just make do with what you have. And seasoning, I won't tell you to add 1 cube or 2 cubes of Maggi or anything, but you just have to choose how much Maggi do you want in your cooking. Because I'm using this marinating for this catfish and for my plantain and for my carrots, I'll probably want to add everything or just 3. Uh-oh. Half of it has fallen entirely. So this is done. Maggi has gone inside. This particular spice is what I made here in my kitchen. I made this spice. It comprises of lots of garlic and roasted garlic and so many things inside. If you want to watch how I made this, I think I've posted it on my page so many months ago. So you can imagine how long I've stored this homemade spice, and it's still very okay. So we put that in, and we are done with this one. And I'm sure you guys know what is this. This is suya spice, yaji. So excuse me, yaji will be the last to go in. Yaji will go in, and we are done. I think yaji will go in. And remember guys, I said I was going to add some bit of this lime in this. Lime will help to balance the flavor that comes with all these many things here. If you want it very tasty, delicious, I would say sweet, you don't need lime. But because I know I don't always like sweet things that much, so I have to add some lime to it. I can as well wait and marinate and then put the lime on it. I can as well do it direct. Also, because I know catfish typically doesn't have much taste until when it's cooked, I have some fish sauce here, which I will just add some inside. This is purely fish sauce. So you add some fish sauce here. and then we are good. The next that will go in is just my salt. Once I put my salt inside, we have achieved the right texture of marinating recipe we need. So I have enough salt that I need. So this is it. This is what will go into my marinating of both the plantain and this. And guys, you know, it's not just about sometimes marinating stuff doesn't look very beautiful, but the focus should be on how tasty is it. Adesulu, Mokia, how are you doing? Good evening. So I'm just trying to create space to bring my tray down there. So I'm done with everything, making marinating sauce. Now it's time to create space for my tray. I'm trying to create space for my tray right now. I think I'm going to move this aside. Move this. Okay, I should have this here, but I have some water here already, so I don't like it. I'm going to remove this and change it. So now this is where you need to pay some attention. How do you marinate? Now pay some attention and see how I do it. Now my fish has to come inside. My fish has to come in, and this is when I bring this my beautiful knife to the table. Because I know I want this my marinating sauce to really go into the fish really good. I'm not just oh, I forgot one thing. There's one thing left I didn't do. I forgot to cook this my fish with shit inside today. But let me just remove it now. Do you know I forgot this one? So I would have just cooked it with the pit. But anyway, let's take care of that. I don't know what Facebook allows and what Facebook doesn't allow. So I don't want you guys to see me cutting it because I don't know if Facebook will allow that. So I'm just taking out all the yama inside and I'll wash it again. Guys, I'm not going to show you guys doing this because it has some things that might not go well with Facebook algorithm. So I have to do it in my sink. What I'm doing right now is removing all the yama inside. They're not much, they're quite very small, but I have to make sure I don't have them inside. And then I'll wash it again. And then we start the marinating. So easy. So this we are done with washing that right now. So this is important to wash very, very clean before you start. It's very, very important you wash clean. So we are done with washing this. I think it's clean right now. That's enough. One thing I didn't talk about before is I need to add my thyme. Remember I have some thyme here, but eventually I'm going to just add it into the marinating. But let's go ahead and just finish up because it's taking time. So because I want this marinating to go into the fish, it's good. Make sure you have a sharp knife. You need to use a sharp knife to do this. Give your fish some cuts. Probably just not like this, just like this. And then turn it the other way. Turn it the other way, give it some more cuts. I don't even know whether my knife is still sharp or not. Now I have space where I can push in these spices. Now I have my space. So I'm going to get this one very close. So this is when I have to use my hand. I don't have to use these things again. But anyway, I will use my hand. I don't have to use. Remember, if you're using your hand, push this. What you're going to do is, as much as possible, push this inside. Remember, this is almost like cooking this. It's not like you are making it, you are grilling to make it dry. No, it's almost like cooking. By the time you wrap it in this foil paper and you're done with making it, believe me, it's not going to look like fried or grilled, but the taste will be so really good. And then because I want, some people might be asking, how do you handle pepper? Is it not hot in your, is it not hot? Is it not hot? Yes, it's hot, but it doesn't really get that hot when I'm touching it. But if you're not good with touching hot pepper with your hands, don't do what I'm doing, please. Because it will pain you, not be small. Cynthia Wonko, thanks for joining us. Precious Akila, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate you guys. So now I'm gonna do this, turn it this way again, and push a lot of spices inside. Again, it's not by how beautiful it is when you're done. When you're done marinating, it's by how tasty it is. If you're focusing on the beauty, you probably will not. I will not add on everything I added because I will just add on only the pepper, and you see the beautiful color, and that's it. Now, what I'm gonna do is to just make sure I have enough here. Enough of pepper. Remember, there is still some water. If this is cooking, this fish will most likely absorb the water and then soak in the spices even more. That is the most important thing. You are looking for flavors, you're looking for taste, you're looking for the right, be able to satisfy eating your food. That is the most important thing. And that is why going about it this way is important. Pepper Short, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate you. So what next is important? I want to be able, you need to be very careful how you wrap this. Eventually, I'm still going to wrap this. I'll most likely add another foil paper to wrap this properly. I hope this doesn't fall off. So this foil paper, of course, I'm not using a very big one, so I will still have to wrap it in another foil paper, definitely, because it needs to be, to some extent, it needs to be airtight. It has to be airtight to some extent. So if you look now, my foil paper is not very large, so I have to keep managing this one. But I have done this other side. What is next now is go on top like this. If I go on top like this, I can just flip it around quickly. It's so easy. Just push it down, flip it around, and you're good. You are good, well covered now. And I just flipped it. So on both sides, it's well covered on both sides. On both sides is well covered. Oh, I didn't add enough of this my thyme again. But anyway, I don't want to open it again. To add fresh thyme is optional. I don't want to open this again. So I'm just gonna drop it like this. I want to cook it like this. You know what? I will leave it like this. It's still okay. So this is it. This is the head. This is the tail. This one is aside now. So you can see what it looks like. This is how we're going to marinate and cook. This is how we're going to cook this. It's going to keep cooking like this until it's well cooked. Now, can you imagine eating this catfish when you have all these spices well combined and then it's pushed inside the catfish? Can you imagine eating it, how tasty it's going to be, right? That is what we're looking for. It's not just a one-shot catfish. It's the catfish you want to shop. How tasty is it? That is the most important thing. And we have been able to achieve this this one right now. Now let's achieve the one of plantain. So you guys will see plantain and of course the carrots. So you guys will see it. This one is ready. Let's put it aside. Now for the plantain, I would say this. I'm going to add this for the plantain. For the plantain, I will just add this. Remember, you can actually grill your plantain open, but still, I don't want to grill the plantain open. I want to be able to have the plantain in its real natural color. It will get soft, well cooked, without burning at all. You know when you grill plantain, of course it's gonna it's gonna be tasty, but the outer body will be dry, right? So what I want to do now is to make sure the outer body is not dry. And I used like mini ripe plantain. I didn't use like all those ones that are not ripe at all. I used like mini ripe plantain to do this. So remember guys, I didn't say this when I started. Please share my video as much as you can. Let's get more people join us here. I think we are 63,000 followers right now, which is great, and we are moving. We are not stopping. So remember to share my videos, not just this one. Share my videos. Let's get more people watch and join us on this page. I mean, we are having fun. You know, cooking for me is fun, but if like I've said many times, if you consider the circumstances of why I created this page, is more of therapy than fun. But because I love to cook, so I see it both as fun as therapy. This cooking is what, if I'm doing it, it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel that I'm still okay. You know, I don't know how to put it, but you know, I don't know, for those of us that understand what it means, what therapy means, so many things can be used, so many things can give us that fulfillment we desire, and that for me, cooking does that. So for everyone that is watching and that is learning something, yeah, please keep watching and keep learning. And I really appreciate some of you guys that you know, inbox me with how the kitchen is helping you to do better with your cooking, how the kitchen is helping you to, you know, be the best you can. That really means the world to me. So yeah, keep the compliments coming and let me know exactly how the kitchen is helping you to be better at what you do. I want to make how to make food. If I'm getting you right, Moses, maybe you say you want to learn how to make food. Yeah, this page is a good place to start. I love with the boss. Thanks so much for joining us. And Lobby Alkaline, tasty and enjoyable. Thanks so much. Anyway, let me finish quickly so we don't spend much time. I just want to show you how we can also use this thing for the plantain, so you can see it can even get tastier also. That's the idea. Otherwise, if we use it for catfish, that's enough. But what about if we use it for the plantain at the same time also? So we are done with the plantain right now. What I want to do with the plantain is very simple. Where's my small knife? I thought I brought it. Okay, I'm going to use this one anyway. So for the plantain, all you need to do is cut like this. The plantain is mini ripe. I wouldn't say mini ripe, but it's not really all those very strong plantain. Now what you're doing now is, by the time you're done cooking this, it's going to be easy to just cut the plantain and eat without struggling so much. That is why I'm adding all this. So you can see how fast I'm doing it on both sides. So for the plantain, I don't need to really struggle with, I don't really need to struggle with, I'm going to just put one aside and do it so too. All I need to do for the plantain is, I'm not pushing it inside. Just, let me turn it first. Just turn it like this, pour enough inside. The idea is this: even if there's no catfish and you have just the plantain alone, by the time you are done with this and you're eating the plantain, you it will be very delicious. So imagine when you don't have catfish to support this plantain, but you have everything like this. Trust me, it's gonna be really tasty. So that is it. I don't need to put too much because I have plantain and carrots. So let me leave it like this for now. So it will be enough for everything. Again, the plantain goes sweet, no be small. Look, I'm gonna just pour in some water, so that it's gonna really be. Again, the idea for me is cooking the plantain, not necessarily grilling the plantain. Is cooking the plantain. What is the ingredient? What is the Cynthia? You're asking, so what is the ingredients for the spices? Let me tell you everything I used here. Just listing. I'm gonna list it eventually again when I repost it. I used red bell pepper. I used cayenne pepper, just like normal long pepper. That one is spicy. If you have orange habanero pepper, you can add it for more flavor. I added ginger again to add some more flavor to that. I added, of course, some, what again? I have this, which I'm going to add to this one now. This is fresh thyme. You don't need fresh thyme here. It's not necessary. What this fresh thyme will do as I'm adding it now is by the time I open this, the first aroma that will come out from this plantain is the smell or the aroma from the thyme. That is what it will happen. But other than that, is pepper, red bell pepper, my homemade spices. And that's some, about almost like a year ago, I made some spices and it's still here. So yeah, and I used some yaji also to add to that. And what again? Yeah, that's everything. Of course, lots of onion. So what I'm doing next is wrapping this. You guys can see how it is, right? So this plantain will soak all the, will I say, juice from the pepper and everything, and of course the seasoning. And just imagine yourself how tasty it's gonna be. And if you want to beautify this a little bit more, if you want to get it a little bit more spicy, or if you want to add some more flavor to that, it's not necessary. But if you want to add some more flavor to that, this is coconut oil. If you want to, you can just add small coconut oil. But this is not necessary, I will tell you. This is just coconut oil. Of course, that will mean by the time you're done cooking this, you will get some, that delicious aroma from coconut oil will be there. So, and again, this is this. I'm gonna fold this one like this. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm not gonna add another one. This is okay. I'm not gonna add another foil paper. This is fine. Of course, I'll push this one aside. Remember, I still have some more here. Maybe I should take this one out first and finish up. I'm just gonna keep this one aside and finish up. Then I'll bring it in back. So this one, I'm gonna put the last plantain. Remember, I have washed the carrots. I'm just gonna cut it like this and like this. I don't need to cut the carrot. If you like, I can cut the carrot into bits. You don't have to bite. The thing about carrot is this: by the time you are done grilling carrot, it gets very soft and very tasty. I tell you. So if you have not grilled carrot before, try this. You will thank me. You will see how tasty it's gonna be. So I'm not. If you want, you can just cut them into small bits, if you want. But I don't need to do that. And you know what? Let me do carrot first and leave this one aside. And this is carrot. I think I will just do this one first. That is getting a little bit too much. For the carrot also, the same thing I did with plantain. Just do this. Carrot is very tasty when you spice it up. Trust me, I've done it before, so I know what I'm saying. It's very, very tasty when you spice it up. And it's cooked well. Some of us think that the only way we can use carrot is by eating it. No, yeah, that's true. You want to eat it fresh, that's okay too. But if we cook it too, I'm just gonna put these things together. If we cook it too, that works perfectly well. So I want to show you guys again. This is the carrot. I've put enough spice already. I'm just going to add some more. I'm just going to add some more and close it up. This is it. I don't have to close it like I did the fish. I don't need to double the foil paper at all. This is enough. So this is enough for the carrots. And I'm going to put this, make the last plantain, and we are all good to go. I'm going to make the last plantain. I'm going to get this one out first, and then make the last plantain, and we are all set to go. So, but you know what? For this one, I'm just going to cut this carrot. I'm just going to cut this carrot for this one. Remember, when you cook carrots, it gets very soft. It doesn't stay like this. It gets really soft and very tasty. Remember that. So we are done with this one right now. So what we are doing next is to make sure it's well aligned. So when I'm closing it, it will close properly. So yeah, this is it, and this is where the last of the spices will go. This is where the last of the spices will go. See that? Everything is well measured and done the right way. So yeah, the spice is finished. Everything has gone inside, and so this is it. Again, if you want to add some, this is also this is extra virgin oil added. It's with some cayenne pepper, so you can see the color is not really like virgin oil, but there's pepper added already. If you watch that video where I made that smoothie some days back, this was the oil I used. If you watch that video, so add some here. If you don't have to do this, remember. You don't have to add this one. Is if you want to, you add this, and then you can see what it looks like, right? This is what it looks like. So when you're done with this, guys, you just close it up. Just close it up. Now this one will not close up quickly because I have so many things inside, but that's okay. I'm just gonna try and see how far I can go with it. Maybe I will use more foil paper, maybe not. You know what, I don't think I need more foil paper. This is enough. Yep, this is enough. Now I have one, I have two, and I have three. So you know what, I'm gonna cover this one more time. Because I don't want it to dry. I don't want it to dry at all. So you see what I have here now, plantain and carrots. These three, 1, 2, 3, will now cook with the catfish in the oven. And I'm gonna use the lowest, maybe 350 Fahrenheit, around 180 degrees, depending on where you are, to start the cooking. Call it the grilling, but the idea is that don't use hot, don't make it too hot. Give the fish slow heat to cook. Give these things, the plantain, the carrots, slow heat to cook and absorb all the ingredients. You want to be sure that you are, when you are eating the plantain or the carrot or the catfish, you are enjoying the fish. It gets very tasty, it gets very yummy in the mouth, and you'll be happy you did it. So I'm glad I called you guys to come along with me to do this. I'm actually supposed to come live tomorrow to make my ogbono soup, but and then do this one offline. But my thought was just put your phone there and let people see what you do, even if you don't want to come online today. And I love talking to you guys all the time, so it's kind of gives me that pleasure to have you guys watch what I do and learn one or two things from there, and of course, keep encouraging me. And I need that encouragement, guys. That encouragement goes a long way for me. So don't stop encouraging me. Don't stop motivating me. It helps me a lot to keep pushing. And I love you guys for that. So what do we have now? We have three things. I'm just going to show you guys before I end the video. I'm going to show you guys the things we've done. Remember, I should have, if I wanted to add more lemon, I would have added more lime when I had the fish here, but I added the lime already in the sauce. So this is one here, and this is one here. This is what we just did. The catfish and the plantain and carrots. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for joining me. Who wants to join me and eat this food, man? Who wants to join me and eat this food? I really appreciate someone to join me and eat this food. It has to be someone that love peace. Peace, so not someone that will give me trouble. Who wants to join me and eat this food? I will really be happy to have you here to join me, and let's keep making this beautiful delicacy all the time. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I love you guys, and keep coming back to my page, keep coming back to my channel, keep sharing my videos, and keep motivating me as I try to do my best to cook and entertain you guys, and maybe one or two people or everybody learning something, and of course myself deriving that joy, that fulfillment, that therapy I do get whenever I'm in the kitchen. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please invite your friends to join us tomorrow to make this wonderful ogbono soup. Believe me, you will like the ogbono soup I'm talking about. Trust me. You will like the ogbono soup I'm talking about by the time we make it. So join me tomorrow. I know a lot of people don't like ogbono soup, but by the time we are done making the ogbono soup tomorrow, by the time we are done making it, you will be happy you join us. So don't forget to join us. Don't forget to join us tomorrow, and invite your friends. If you're watching from Nigeria, it's at 7:30 tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. If you're watching from Canada, where I am, of course, just convert the time. It's 12:30 CST, Central Standard Time. Join us. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Please join us. Bye.